You already know dinosaurs ruled the Earth millions of years ago, but no one has ever seen a real photograph of them. Why? Because humans didn't exist back then, and cameras wouldn't be invented until the 1800s. Once photography arrived, the world changed. For the first time, we could capture animals exactly as they were. Some of those photos became priceless, not because they were beautiful, but because they were the last proof those creatures ever lived. Today, we're looking at the final known photographs of 7 animals that no longer exist. Number 7, passenger pigeon. Imagine standing outside and watching the sky turn black, not from storm clouds, but from birds. The passenger pigeon once dominated the skies of North America. There were billions of them. A single flock could stretch for miles and take hours to pass overhead. It must have sounded like thunder made of wings. But abundance became their curse. Forests were cleared as settlers expanded west. The birds lost their nesting grounds. Then people realized they were easy to hunt, and there seemed to be no end to them. They were killed for meat in staggering numbers. What felt infinite disappeared shockingly fast. By 1914, only one remained. A female named Martha at the Cincinnati Zoo. When she died, an entire species vanished with her. The last photo of a passenger pigeon isn't just a picture of a bird. It's a reminder of how quickly plenty can become nothing. Number 6, Caribbean monk seal. The Caribbean monk seal once lived throughout the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. They gathered in large, relaxed groups along sandy shores. They weren't aggressive. In fact, they were curious, often approaching humans without fear. That trust cost them everything. Hunters slaughtered them for oil and meat. At the same time, overfishing reduced their food supply. Weak and exposed, their numbers crashed. By the mid-1800s, they were already rare. In the late 19th century, dozens were even killed just to be preserved as museum specimens. The final confirmed sighting came in 1952. Since then, nothing. Their last photos show calm seals resting together, unaware they were witnessing the end of their own kind. Number 5, golden toad. High in the cloud forests of Costa Rica lived a tiny, glowing orange amphibian, the golden toad. Every breeding season, hundreds would gather in shallow pools, bright sparks of color against the green forest floor. Then, almost overnight, they disappeared. In 1987, scientists reported healthy populations. 1 year later, barely a dozen remained. By 1989, only a single male was ever seen again, and then silence. A severe drought damaged their habitat. But a deadly fungal disease, chytrid fungus, delivered the final blow. It attacked their skin, preventing them from breathing properly. By 2004, they were officially declared extinct. The last photo shows a vibrant gathering of golden toads, a moment frozen just before extinction. Number 4, Carolina parakeet. North America once had its own native parrot. The Carolina parakeet was bright green, yellow, and orange, loud, social, and impossible to ignore. They traveled in energetic flocks across the southeastern United States. Interestingly, they fed on toxic cocklebur seeds, which made their own flesh poisonous to predators. But that defense didn't work against humans. In the early 1900s, their feathers became fashionable. Hats decorated with bright plumage were in high demand. At the same time, farmers killed them for raiding crops. Within just a few years, they vanished. The final known bird, named Incas, died in captivity in 1918. In the same zoo that once housed Martha, the last passenger pigeon. 2 vibrant species, 2 cages, 2 endings. Number 3, quagga. The quagga looked like someone had started painting zebra stripes and stopped halfway. Stripes covered its head and front body, but faded into solid brown toward the back. It lived in southern Africa's dry plains. Settlers believed quaggas were abundant, so hunting intensified. No one realized how quickly they were disappearing. By 1878, none remained in the wild. The last one died in the Amsterdam Zoo in 1883. The shocking part? When she died, the zoo asked for another to replace her, not knowing she was the last on Earth. Extinction had happened quietly, almost unnoticed. Number 2, Barbary lion. The Barbary lion once roamed the Atlas Mountains of North Africa. It was famous for its massive, dark mane that extended over its shoulders and belly. These lions appeared in Roman arenas. They inspired ancient myths and symbols of power, but fame didn't protect them. They were hunted as trophies, proof of courage and dominance. With the arrival of firearms and government bounties, their population collapsed. By the mid-1900s, they were gone from the wild. One haunting photograph, taken from a helicopter in the 1940s, may show one of the last living individuals. Interestingly, genetic research suggests their bloodline survives through related lion populations, including the Asiatic lions that still live in India today. Number 1, Thylacine Tasmanian tiger. Despite its nickname, the thylacine wasn't a tiger or a wolf. It was a marsupial, like a kangaroo, but a carnivorous one, with stripes across its back and a stiff tail. It hunted small animals in Tasmania and mainland Australia. On mainland Australia, it disappeared thousands of years ago after dingoes were introduced. But in Tasmania, it survived until humans labeled it a threat to livestock. The government offered bounties. Thousands were killed. By the 1930s, only one remained in captivity at Hobart Zoo. In 1936, that final thylacine died alone. The last video footage shows the animal pacing inside its enclosure, exhausted, confused, unaware it was the final representative of its species. And with its death, an ancient predator vanished forever. These final photographs are more than historical records. They are warnings. Every extinct species was once common. Every one of them once felt permanent. And every one of them disappeared faster than anyone expected. If this story moved you, there's more to